Well, hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. So, today we are on lot 63, and we are still at 10 books for $2 in the romance section. And if you need to get a hold of me, you just put whatever the lot is you're interested in. You can message me on Minda's Bookstore and more on Facebook, or through tammysmakeuptreats@gmail.com. So, here is book number 1. We have Georgia Meets Her Groom by Elizabeth Bevarly. It is Silhouette Desire 1083, and it is a 1997 copyright. This is what the book looks like, and this is what it's about. Do opposites attract? They must, since years ago, the only thing high school freshman Georgia Lavender had in common with rough and tumble orphan Jack McCormick was the mutual wish to get Georgia out of the clutches of her controlling father. Georgia had thought that Jack would always be there to protect her, and then he disappeared. Now Jack was back, only to find that the insecure girl he had known was gone, and in her place was a beautiful, sophisticated woman he couldn't keep his mind or hands off. Jack had thought he'd come back to rescue Georgia, so why did it feel as though he was the one in real danger? So there is book number 1. And also, when a person does purchase, if you're new to my channel, I post them in my Etsy, and then I send the link back through the email. And I ship everything media, so you get cheap shipping. Book number 2 is Home Sweet Home by Audra Adams. It is Silhouette Desire 695, and it is a 1992 copyright. That's what the book looks like. This is what it's about. Miami Heat. Under the steamy Miami sun, Rico Alvarez was a man with a passion, a man without time for society's rules. He had a shelter full of unwanted children to protect, but when the county threatened to close him down, Rico had to look to high society and to fundraiser Linda St. Clair. Linda melted under Rico's heated gaze. She knew his hot looks and sensuous nature were no match for her background of cool privilege. But he scorned her untouchable blonde beauty, but she also knew that she could help him in his small charges. Linda needed him too, for when she was with Rico and the children, she felt as though she had finally come home. So here's book number 2. Book number 3. This is Tight-Fittin Jeans by Lynn Baxter. It is Silhouette Desire 1057, and it is a 1997 copyright. This is what it looks like. This is what it's about. Mr. March, the stubborn cowboy, Garth Dixon, had no hankering for a wife, but the blonde vixen next door had him scheming for a chance at no strings fling. The Southern beauty no way was Tiffany Russell, giving in to her hot-tempered secret neighbor, even if his smoldering good looks set her body on fire. There was no doubt that the latest female to hit Pennington, Utah was trouble, but Garth could never resist the challenge, especially one in tight jeans. Since the cowgirl from Texas clearly said, on ignoring her neighbor, he knew it was up to him to show her the meaning of a passion-filled night. So there's book number 3. Book number 4. This is The Love Twin by Patty Saylor. It is a 1998 copyright. That's what the book looks like, and this is what it's about. Wrong twin. Jared Browning thought he'd gotten over the woman who'd once jilted him, but now she was back lying in his arms, wearing next to nothing. Clinging to him for dear life, seeing her again reignited his still smoldering desires, and he vowed he'd never lose her again. Right bride. But the woman Jared thought was his old flame was really her identical twin, Becky Lawson. And the usually shy Becky was falling hard for her persistent suitor, whose kisses made her toss all caution aside. But how could she convince him that she was the woman he truly wanted once he discovered her charade? So there is book number 4. Book number 5. This is The Boss, the Beauty, and the Bargain by Judith McWilliams. It is Silhouette Desire 1122, and it is a 1998 copyright. That's what the book looks like, and this is what it's about. The 48-hour fiance. When Livy Farrell asked her boss to masquerade as her fiance for the weekend, Colonel Sutherland was more than willing to further employee relations. He'd long been envisioning schemes that moved Livy from her desk and into his bed. Now Connell could kiss the black-haired beauty to his heart's content, and while there was really nothing engaged couples didn't do. Sounded like a no-risk arrangement to this shrewd bachelor who'd rather think about mergers and markets than forbidden M-word. By Monday morning, this disabled and thoroughly distracted man knew otherwise. Uh-oh, and now his highly enterprising employee had another proposal for him. So there's book number 5. That sounds funny. Book number 6. We have Daddy by Accident by Paula Detmer Riggs, and this is a 1997 copyright and is Silhouette Desire 1073. What the book looks like. That's what it's about. Mother-to-be. Despite the screech of tires and the shattered glass, pregnant Stacy Patterson was aware that sexy Boyd Macaulay had gotten her out of a car accident alive, but she had no money, no place to go, and too much pride to ask for help until Boyd came to her rescue again. Father by proxy. Boyd had vowed never to let another person get too close, yet fragile Stacy needed a place to stay. By day they prepared for the birth of her child, and by night they gave into their overwhelming passions. He vowed that it was strictly temporary, but was he only fooling himself? So there's book 6. Book number 7. This is Stryker's Wife by Dixie Browning. It's a 1996 copyright. It is Silhouette Desire 1033. That's what the book looks like. This is what it's about. Rugged Kurt Stryker wasn't a man of many words, but he did have one heck of a hot desire for Debrain Kiley. So he needed a way to keep custody of the boy in his care. He started practicing his I do. Problem was, whenever he had Debrain in his arms, he couldn't get the proposal past his lips. Now the sweet, loving woman had him longing to say 3 little words he'd never plan on uttering again. So there we have book number 7. Book number 8. Corporate Affair by Stephanie James, Silhouette Desire number 1, 1982. That's what the book looks like. This is what it's about. Amorous ambush under Kalinda Brady's cool silk surface was a smoldering heart waiting to be set afire, but the beautiful tycoon hadn't expected the sparks to fly within Rand Allister, artist and fisherman, the stranger whose caresses left her yearning for more. Kalinda had come to Colorado determined to avenge a lost love. She had arranged a setup and her fiancé had taken the bait. But she was shaken by Rand's powerful embrace, torn between her passion for revenge and hunger for this lover who conquered her heart, stole her into her world, and proceeded to make her his own. So there you go. As only romances could be. Then we have number 8. This is The Seal's Surrender by Maureen Child. It's Silhouette Desire 1431. That's what the book looks like. That's what it's about. Commander Daddy. He slipped in and out of hostile nations, stared down enemy guns, but Chance Barnett Connolly, Navy SEAL, didn't know fear till he was caught in the sights of one petite green-eyed single mom. Jennifer Anderson sent a jolt of desire through long-lost Connolly's son, one that begged to be satisfied with his navy white's tan skin and killer good looks. Chance always got what he wanted, but while Jennifer and her adorable baby led him into their home, she vowed she'd never get into their hearts. This time, the things Chance wanted just might be out of his control. A place to call home, a woman to come home to, a family. The only thing I see here is in the front we have a bookstore, another bookstore, that's cool, and initials. And then book number 10. This is A Marriage Made in Joeville by Eames. It is a 1997 copyright, and it is Silhouette Desire 1078. So a little bit of writing there. You can tell it was well loved right through there. A little bit of bent up pages. I try to straighten out. That's what the book looks like. And this is what it's about. Scandalous Cowboy. When Ryder Malone announced his plans to marry an older, frail-looking brothel owner with a fatherless little boy, Savannah Smith knew something wasn't right in Joeville, Montana. The bride-to-be aside, Hal had a sexy loner, long estranged from his own family, become devoted to a kid that wasn't his. All Savannah knew was that Ryder had been the husband of her dreams since high school, and considering that he'd introduced her to the wonders of passion, mere nights before his shocking announcement, the only woman Ryder was walking down the aisle with was Savannah. So there is book number 10. And I make sure you get the story, so there are no ripped out pages. So with that, thank you so much for spending your time with me on my channel. And I hope whatever time zone you're in, you're having a great one. And I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah.